Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for the invitation. This sort of a project was a bit of a surprise. I have sworn that I would never do another application because I was frustrated of not being successful, and bang. So, just trying to sort this out. Actually, I'll just go back. I would like to acknowledge all the collaborators. So Western Beef is a not-for-profit organization, so we are largely run by volunteers. We do not have salary staff, so we depend very much on collaboration. So this whole story of linkage, it's a big way of how we do what we do. Everything we have achieved so far is by the relationships we built. So the background for this project comes from some work that's been done in WA. So largely in the southern WA, about 60% of the pastures is produced in spring. And this project was looking at early calving and late calving. Typically, the early calving, you end up with that yellow hole that you see there. That is when animals are fed hay. That comes from that peak in spring. But as we all know, this sort of average pasture curve has been changed over the years, and it's not just if people are calving around that time of the year, it's also if they're trying to grow stock or maintain stock. So cutting hay and average hay is no longer cutting the mustard. We have had some challenges with late breaks, and people sort of got their productivity compromised. So these are some examples from pastures from space. If you're looking at production in June, quite a few due to late breaks or dry winters, but also last year, for instance, we did not have a late break in 23, but we got an extremely cold winter, so there was hardly any pasture growth in June, July, and that's how the snowball started. So by maximizing, and we keep on looking at how we could become more resilient, is by improving the quality of hay that we're making. As Dario talked on that video, which I haven't seen before, silage has become something, a go-to for more and more farmers, but there has not been any training or upskilling here for over 20 years. And I knew of the Top Fodder program that was developed by the dairy industry 25 years ago, but it hadn't been delivered in WA for quite a while. So the plan with this project was to try to incorporate that. And a lot of the people that were trained in that program had since passed away or moved on or retired. And then it's not something that you learn at university. So we hit the ground running. Fortunately, I didn't trip because all the collaborations we had, and so we heard we were successful late June. By early August, we ran 2 train-the-trainer workshops. We had Neil Griffiths from ex-New South Wales DPI, which was one of the developers of Top Fodder, coming and deliver this 3-day workshop here, which mainly concentrate on making, storing and allocating silage, but there's a lot of things that can be applied into hay. So we had 22 service providers trained in that. We had a workshop in Bunbury and a workshop in Albany. And then a month later, we were starting to go around the countryside. For 2023, we delivered 7 workshops with about 90 producers attending. We did a bit of consultation, and we were told that there was no way in the world that farmers would give up 3 days to attend the whole training, so we had to condense that in one day, try to do very interactive, and also incorporate some hay information into it. You saw how quick Dario talks, and he was like that for the whole day. We had a few more presenters doing it, but we got quite good feedback from it. So there was a huge overload of information in that one day, but in order to keep them engaged, we incorporate that with 2 follow-up workshops. They also take a whole manual home that they can refer back. And in order to sort of change this mindset of we make this many rows a year and not knowing how heavy the rows are, what's the dry matter, what's the quality, so proper allocation can be done. We also threw in that everybody that attended the workshop also got a free feed test, which the plan is once we get all that information, we will compile and have a bit of an idea of the variability of preserved fodder in WA. So 2024, we went even further. So we had the goal of the project was to deliver 18 workshops altogether, but we managed to squeeze 20. So I feel that I can nearly rewrite that song, I've been everywhere, mate. I think July and August we did about 5,000 kilometers. But it's been great fun and sort of something that hopefully we can keep providing more, because it's, as I said, it's too complex. It's not, we've done this and it's done. It sort of keeps, there's still ongoing needs. The other part of the project, because it was an extension adoption, but we were not, there were some limitations on the budget that we were not to develop completely new material. We have incorporated ruminate beef. So this is a freely available computer program that has been available for over 20 years for the dairy industry, but a version for the beef industry has just recently developed. But there was no training package. So as part of the project, we developed a small training package for a one-day workshop for producers to learn how to, once they get the information on the quality, how they can use to allocate for animals for the beef herd. This computer program is not just based on dry matter. So it looks, a lot of the freely available computer programs, they look at just at energy, but this one also looks at protein and minerals and a whole heap of stuff. It also incorporates cost, so people can compare what are the most cost-effective options. It also has you can upload your own information. So it has a library with about 300 feeds already, but you can put your own information. And you also can put current prices for sale yard or abattoirs based on carcass, and then work out what's the best, most effective pathways to grow. The other thing that it has in this program is an estimate of methane emissions, which is a great tool for, we're talking about all the links for the different presentations, a real low-hanging fruit for decreasing carbon footprint that is not being utilized full. So we had trained a trainer for 9 service providers, and since then we have delivered 7 workshops, and we are in the process of planning another 5 for next year. A couple of other extra curricular activities, because just we were not busy enough. Because last year was quite a challenging year, and we felt people were a bit down in the dumps, we came up with the idea of running a competition called the Pasture Angels. So anyone of you guys that know the concept of the snow angels, the same idea. So we had, we were encouraging farmers to jump in their beautiful paddocks and do a pasture angel. And we got Summit fertilizers behind us, and the prize was a dinner for two, and we had quite a few entries and good laughs and some fun videos that we compile and put on social media. The other extra activities, because one of the issues we had was the challenging season we had last year with people basically nearly not even removing the rows from the paddocks, and last year the cutting and straight away start feeding. And we also took a bit of time to get organized with the lab to send the vouchers. We did not have as many people as we were hoping that submitted their free sample. But one of the other reasons they said was because they were having difficulties actually sampling it, because a Cora is about $600 and it doesn't justify to purchase one. So with all these fantastic collaborations, we had some savings, and we built a collaboration with the Basildon Men's Shed, and they have developed a couple of prototypes, and then now we got a final version of it. So I've got one here, so anyone that wants to see. So you basically put the charcoal at the end of a drill, and that's so it doesn't go through, but it has a sharp end. And once you sort of remove, you use this banger to get the sample out. And the other thing we have done with also wonderful collaboration is we work with the Southwest NIM and develop some videos, most of it with funding from Deep Earth through the GGA. And one of the videos is people that can borrow these. They can use a QR code, and just going through the logistics of how they should go about which hay bales or silage bales to sample. And there's a series of other videos. One about how to measure dry matter. A few videos about ruminate. So we getting about 29 of these Coras done, and they are being distributed around the state. So we already got some in Esperance. We got the McNeil Irving Group got some. We got some in Albany, some in Basildon and Peel Harvey. But we I've got another 4 in the car. So I'm in the look for a few more volunteers to host them, and I'm probably collecting another 10 next week. So hopefully we'll have a higher submission of samples this year. Okay, so just progress and gaps. As I said, submission last year was a bit lower. We're hoping to improve that and compile a database that will be informative, so we have a bit of an idea of what sort of preserved foliage we are getting in WA. Financial data has been one of the things that we not let crash hot. A lot of the information from top fodder has not been updated, so it will be great to be able to get some funds to look further into that and provide some tools that farmers can make better decisions on how to go about either getting a contractor or investing on some machinery themselves or time of fertilizer and different things like that. And also more information, because a lot of the information was generated over East, and we need sort of more local information, and also things like additives of when things don't work properly, like water logging or time of cutting. And a lot of the information on these additives, they are not independent. They are from the companies that supply them. So it would be nice to get some independent data. And ongoing support, because as I said, it's complex. We need to keep on supporting producers in making good decisions. And we have been having lots of requests about sheep ruminate. So I might be talking to Penny and see if we can combine things there. All right, that's about it.
Thanks. Giovanni.